So over the years, I've been lucky enough to test out hundreds, if not thousands, of different tech items, from first-party Apple items and products like their MacBooks and their iPads, but then also a bunch of third-party accessories, and then also tech items that have nothing to do with Apple. So in this video, what I want to do is talk about my 7 tech products that I always come back to. Some of them are old, some of them are new, but none of them are first-party Apple products. So without further ado, let's talk about my 7 most used tech items of pretty much all time. Let's get into it. Now again, there's no real theme to these types of accessories or these types of products. They're just basically products that I've used over the years over and over again, and most of them I've tried to replace with something else, but I end up going back to these original items because they are so good. And there's no other item or tech product in my lineup that I've used longer than my Anywhere S2 mouse by Logitech. I have had this mouse, and you can go back to my old videos, since I think late or early 2018, so I am going on 7 or 8 years with the same exact one. Now I know that there's the Anywhere S3 that were released a few years ago, and the only real difference between this one and that one is USB-C versus micro USB, and again, this is the only tech product that I have currently in my entire house that is still micro USB to charge, and because this mouse still works so well, I have no need to really upgrade it. So I have one USB-A to micro USB cable sitting around that I saved purely for this tech product, and I could not recommend this Logitech mouse enough. Now if you're going to buy this mouse, I definitely recommend getting the Anywhere S3 because there's no need to deal with that micro USB port, because again, no other tech product at this point in time in 2025 really needs that. But if you're looking for a high quality mouse that is not going to break the bank, and that's what I usually recommend, this mouse is the best cheap mouse that you can buy because I think you can get it for $60 right now. Super high quality, has some decent heft to it, super responsive, connects up to 3 different devices, it connects via Bluetooth, you can also hardwire it in if you want to. There are some pre-mappable buttons, the scroll wheel is tactile, easy to use, and again, as a Mac user and even an iPadOS user, that mouse is my #1 recommendation to anybody that doesn't want to spend too much money like an MX Master, but still get 99.9% of the experience. That one has to be my longest tenured product. The next one is more so kind of a brand and a set of products, but I'm going to kind of categorize it as one, and that's going to be ShiftLens, the company. So if you're anything like me and like to deal with iPhone videography and iPhone photography, you might have noticed that about 6 months ago, the video quality changed up a bit in terms of getting some natural bokeh behind me. So things are a little bit more blurred out behind me. You can see that I'm very focused in, but I'm still using my 16 Pro Max. The only difference that I have here is that I'm using ShiftLens products, which is basically they have a mountable iPhone case where you can mount third-party lenses on here. So I'm using a 60mm telephoto lens on the main sensor of the iPhone. So I'm still getting that crisp image, but I'm now getting it in a 2x focal length with a much more natural bokeh behind me. So the ShiftLens uses a lot of MagSafe, a lot of magnets in order to use their ecosystem correctly. So the main ones that I use are, of course, the case, that 60mm lens, which I absolutely love. And then I also use their Snap Studio Light, especially when I am unboxing things and I'm using some sort of POV view because it has a beautiful ring light around it, connects via magnets, and it's very easy to use. And they have a bunch of other different MagSafe accessories, but if you're anything like me and you use your iPhone for videography and photography and want to have a bunch of magnetic mounts just to set it and forget it and be able to be as modular as possible, I recommend going with ShiftLens because they're a great and well-built brand that's been around for a while, and their accessories, albeit their lenses are expensive, but in this product category, these lenses are expensive regardless of the brand, but all the other auxiliary accessories are very well priced and they're going to last you forever. So if you are into that world of video and photography on your iPhone, highly recommend giving ShiftLens a try. But now before we continue, definitely consider subscribing to the channel because it motivates us to make more videos like this one, and I'll also leave everything linked down below in order that I mention it for you guys to be able to pick it up and see the latest deals and the best pricing overall. But the next one I want to do is going to be one that I've been wearing for about 6 months now, and I continue to go back to it after testing other kind of versions of it, and that's going to be the Ultra Human Ring. The only reason it's not on my hand right now is because I took it off for thumbnail purposes, but it's on me pretty much 24/7. It gives me about 3 to 4 days of battery charge on a single charge. I usually charge it once every 3 or 4 days again while I'm in the shower, and about an hour charge is more than enough to top it off to about 90%. But from a health and wellness standpoint, from a tracking and sleeping standpoint, I think it's absolutely amazing. I love the ring form factor, I love the application of Ultra Human. I use it mostly for sleep tracking as well as overall wellness, and obviously when I am going on jogs and things like that, but for actual lifting weights and if you're in the gym, the ring form factor isn't best for that. That's when I kind of gravitate to my Apple Watch, but I do use them in conjunction together. I'm trying not to mention the Apple Watch too much because, again, these are non-Apple related products, but I wanted to try out the ring form factor in a wellness and fitness wearable, and I absolutely love it. So if you are looking for a ring form factor that gives you all the sleep tracking you would want, all the overall health and wellness tracking you would want, and there's no subscription service, which is a key for me. I'm done with getting subscription services. You know, again, companies like Whoop and Aura, they want to continue to charge people on a monthly basis just to use their product. I'd rather just pay one time and be able to then use it for forever at this point. And this is going to be, I believe, the Ring Air version. It does retail for about $350, but this should last you for years and years to come. And they have great customer service as well. So if you are looking for a ring, the Ultra Human one is definitely one to go. And if you guys want to get a more in-depth review, let me know. And if we have enough comments, I'll definitely consider making a video on that. So the next two are going to be charging solutions for on the go. So the one that I'm going to mention here is actually the newest one that I've been using, and it's Kuxiu's X41Q, which is a Qi 2 ultra slim wireless charger. It is a 3-in-1, and what I like about it is just how slim it is, how compact it is, and how lightweight it is. So of course it supports things like standby mode. It's got MagSafe on here. Again, it'll charge you at 15 watts because it is Qi 2 certified. It stays nice and cool to the touch. It fast charges your Apple Watch, and it's got a 5-watt charger for your AirPods as well. And it even comes with a 45-watt charging brick in the box, which is great to see because a lot of these products no longer bring charging bricks anymore. And this one brings a full 45-watt charging brick. So if you're looking for a travel charger or a nightstand charger, this one by Kuxiu, their new X41Q, is a great one to consider. And then the next charging product I want to mention is by Nomad, and it's a universal cable. When I first got it, I thought it was going to be a little bit on the gimmicky side because why would they put or embed an Apple Watch charger into a cable? But I pretty much use it since I got it day one, and it's my ultimate travel charger when it comes to if I want to bring just as minimal amount of things as possible, because this one does support 100-watt PD fast charging, so you can charge your MacBook at full speed, charge your iPad at full speed, wire in your iPhone at full speed and be able to charge it. And then also it's going to fast charge your Apple Watch as well. And what I like about it is that it's going to charge things based on what needs the most amount of charge. So for instance, I can plug this into my iPhone on one side and then plug in on the other side AirPods physically, and then also plug in my Apple Watch on the Apple Watch plug, and it'll take power from the iPhone to then charge those devices. But then whenever I remove the AirPods that are plugged in and keep my iPhone charged and plug in a brick, it'll then reverse that charge and smartly charge my iPhone and my Apple Watch in conjunction. So I love the smartness of it. I love how easy it is to use. The build quality is absolutely insane, and again, it better be for the price that you're paying for it. But this one's been a staple in my everyday carry ever since I did receive it. And then last but not least, I always have some sort of SSD on me, and the two that I always interchange between are going to be the SL500 and then recently the T9 by Samsung. So I always need to have an SSD on me. That's where I kind of offload all of my data, all of my footage, all of my final projects. And it's something that I've always had on me ever since LumaFusion was able to support external SSD editing, which was about 4 years ago. So I have an abundance of different SSDs, and I either go between Lexar or Samsung because they're the best to work with when it comes to iPads. I don't have to deal with too much. It has everything you need in the box. It is fast enough to be able to use on a daily basis. And at the end of the day, I just like things that work, and they work 100% of the time. And both of these SSDs I've never had any issues with. I've tried older ones, like I think RavPower used to make one. I've tried some cheaper ones to see if I can save some money, and those end up getting broken or something gets corrupted on them and I'm never able to use them again. So if you guys need some real SSDs that are going to last a long time and then you can actually trust them, because I have everything on those. If those go down, then I'm going to have no footage whatsoever, and I'm able to trust them because I've never had an issue with them, knock on wood. But those are going to be the items that I cannot live without, that I continue to come back to. Some old, some new, like I mentioned, but let me know in the comment down below what you think. Are there some items that you just can't live without? I wanted to go, like I said, with the route of non-Apple traditional items and go with something that maybe a lot of other people would be willing to kind of look at and see on a day-to-day basis. But that'll do it for this video, everybody. If you did make it to the end, leave a little dolphin in the comments down below so I know you made it to the end. And if you want to watch more videos like this one, definitely check out one of these videos right here. And until next time, I'm Fernando. Peace, everybody.